the southern states, which are like, oh, slavery is good. Like we need slaves and we need this and we need that, right? Then okay, let's take it even further. Like segregation, there was white people who were marching, and there was white people who were like, "Oh, this is wrong." There were white people who were advocates and who were fucking stoned or fucking spat on because they felt some type of way and they were Negro lovers or whatever. Of course, there's always going to be people, but if there's 5 snakes and a herd of 1,000, and I'm behind a door and I can open the snake up because 5 of them say they're not going to bite me, right? But there's still another couple, there's like 900 and some change that are gonna bite me. Why would I open the door up for those 5 snakes? Why would I do that?
I suppose, but let's go back to the North thing and ulterior motives. With the North, so there was a lot of slaves in the South. There was a lot of people in the South, and the North was becoming more advanced in like technology and shit like that. They were having more factories, blah blah blah. They needed more workers. A lot of workers were getting hurt, and slaves weren't cutting it. They needed more people to work. They needed more shit to get more money to boost their economy. So they're like, oh, them South people, all them plantations that we don't really like need slaves for, like we could just hire people to work for cheap, dirt fucking cheap. Let's stop slavery. And South was like, fuck no. North was like, yeah, we're doing it. They fought. They had an ulterior motive. They didn't give a shit about slavery. They wanted more people to work for them. At the end of the day, sure. They also wanted black people to pay taxes.
They were becoming industrialized, and if they're like, shit, we could pay these motherfuckers peanuts, we could pay them in food, and they'll work anyways.
Exactly. They wanted them to pay taxes.
Right, that too. And we'll pay them, we'll give them food, but we'll take half that food back.
Exactly.
Of course.
And then again, with Thanksgiving, I feel like we need to stop putting meaning around things that don't really need meaning. I guess you could look at it as this, but nowadays Thanksgiving is just a gathering where your family, most people come around. It's just a family thing. We don't look like most people don't even look at it as pilgrims and natives got together. Most people just are like, oh, this time when family comes, I get to see Uncle Ricky. He might slip his dick inside of me, but I get to see him.
It's deeper, right? But it's deeper for me for fucking Christmas, because you got to think, Christmas is when every store starts dipping their hands in your fucking pockets, trying to get you to spend your last dollar to buy your kids a gift. Because if you don't buy your kids a gift, they're not going to be happy with you.
Yeah. You see the commercials, you see the ads, and all that shit.
And
but another thing is, I think Christmas is a day where you should be happy, and a day that family comes together, they open presents and shit like that. But
sure, like
I feel like you should also know the meaning around it before you celebrate it, which is why a lot of families need to start teaching their kids the meaning around it.
But the meaning is what the meaning is, right? But for somebody like me, one, I'm not religious, but two, I see what like Christmas has done to, like, because not to say you haven't been through anything in your life, like I lived in the slums, like I lived in the slums where motherfuckers was going to food pantries and fucking all that shit. So right, that's not to say you didn't. I just said
no. I'm just letting you know I did. We share.
Right. So my mom, my grandmother would literally spend their last dollar getting me Christmas gifts or whatever the fuck they could afford, and then we just go without food for a couple of days. Like that's not how life should be. It shouldn't be like, oh, like I wanted you to have a good Christmas, right? A good Christmas does not have to be me getting gifts. Like if I don't get gifts, bro, make me a nice ass meal, bro.
I mean, like you could that's another way of celebrating Christmas, though. You could get together and like make a meal, have a good ass fucking feast. A lot of people, like my family, does that on Christmas Eve type shit. A lot of people do that on Christmas Eve.
That's not the majority.
I know it's not the majority, but everybody could celebrate shit differently. That's what I'm saying. Like we need to take away the meaning of things and create our own meanings on stuff. I know Christmas is the birth of Jesus Christ. But that's the case. How, why? There's already places and dates and set. I'm saying like we just put a meaning around it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to take somebody else's meaning. Christmas, fuck it. Why? Call it a gathering. Call it this and that. But you're still celebrating on the day of Christmas, are you not? I'm just saying. Create your own meaning for things.
I couldn't hear you for like the last 5 seconds.
All right, my fault. Create your own meaning for things. I'm saying like it's on the date of Christmas. You don't have to call it Christmas. It's a gathering, whatever. You're still celebrating Christmas technically. It's on the same day. But I'm saying create your own meaning. Don't take somebody else's meaning, and don't look at other people's meaning and then determine something's bad because of it. You could create good out of bad.
No, for sure.
Kind of like Thanksgiving, how like people could look at it bad, blah blah blah. But again, it's just a gathering. You just see family and shit, and I don't look at it as fucking pilgrims and natives anyway. Never did.
No, I mean, I get you, but of course, like, look at the motherfuckers we went to school with. A lot of them motherfuckers is ungrateful as hell. Like, they don't. You can't sit here and tell me, oh, they know the true fucking what the fuck is the true quote unquote Christmas spirit, right? Because these motherfuckers are some of the most ungrateful.
Yeah, that's true. You cut out, but I get where you're coming from.
Or-
You said
or-
ungrateful.
Huh?
You cut out, but I heard you say ungrateful.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
motherfuckers
true.
is ungrateful. So I'm saying, like, imagine a nigga we went to school with not getting the presents he wanted for Christmas. He's gonna feel some type of way. Why? Because they don't know the quote unquote.
And
the
then
quote
another
unquote
kid
true
gets
meaning of
something
Christmas.
that they wanted bad, and then they get jealous, blah blah blah.
Right.
But
And
like
that's
I'm saying that just all comes to how the parent raises their kid at the end of the
right.
day.
But that's what I'm saying is, like, the majority of people who celebrate these holidays don't celebrate it for that. They celebrate it for the materialistic shit. You feel me?
Yeah, let them do it. You celebrate it differently. Comes up to you.
If I choose to celebrate
Yeah,
that way.
if you choose.
Because
Yeah, if you choose to.
right, exactly. But that's where I sit on it. It's like, okay, well, I can't comfortably celebrate something to where the meaning behind it, I at that point because that's just not. I'll
But
rock
like
like
when it
that.
comes to like meaning behind it, you know how like you don't eat meat. What's the meaning around that?
Well, that's a spiritual thing for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
right. So I believe that you can't reach a certain level of consciousness if you're eating and putting things in your body that have a certain level of consciousness, right? There's people like like I believe when you eat an animal, like you're taking in whatever that animal felt before it died. On top of that, a lot of meat is fake. A lot of meat is not good for you, and I can get some of the same shit in meat that I can get other places. I can get in supplements. I can get in whatever. I can compensate for not eating meat.
But like
On top of
supplements,
that,
what do
I
you mean
see
by
I see people.
supplements?
There's protein supplements. There's all types of
Yeah,
things
but
that you can take to make
where
you feel
does
better.
that protein come from?
Huh?
Where's that protein come from?
There's protein in mad other things. There's protein.
I know, but when it comes to a lot of proteins and protein supplements, a lot of that
Bunch of
protein doesn't
fats.
actually do shit. You know that, right? Like collagen protein doesn't actually do shit. You know
Collagen.
that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course. But I'm saying that there's other things. What is it? And other ways to get it besides, like, even if I didn't take supplements, like, I could eat nuts.
Yeah,
Right
but
now, yeah, you'd
how
have to
much
eat it.
nuts would
Right.
equate, and then you
Exactly.
get too much fat?
Exactly.
Like
But
I'm like
right.
when it comes to
Exactly. But
me,
here's my
like the
thing.
reason why
I don't
I
have to.
do eat meat is because the lifestyle I live. Like I work out and shit like that, so I have to intake a certain amount of protein. So I eat a lot of meat, and that shit just tastes good in my opinion. Like me, my morals, it's just like the Bible says I can eat clean meat. Like I know you're not like religious or anything, but the Bible says clean meat, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So why would I be like, oh, I can't eat meat because you know consciousness, but the Bible, my religion says I can eat meat.
No, I get you. But here's my thing: is spiritually, right? That this even goes to me eating fish, right? Eating or ingesting any sort of animal or animal products, I can live without. Like, even if you think about it like this, gladiators back in the day, right? Fucking Colosseum warriors, like big ass, like fight every day motherfuckers. They barely ate meat. They
How do you know
barely ate
this?
meat back then. Huh?
How do you know this? Like I'm genuinely
This has been
asking.
studied. No, this has been studied. This has been studied by a bunch of other people. I looked
So
into it
you
myself.
said Greece, like Greek
Joe Rogan and
warriors.
Mike Tyson. Yeah. Like, people who fought in fucking Rome Coliseums and shit, they barely ate meat. Joe Rogan talked about it as well. Mike Tyson talked about it as well. You know, like,
All right,
you can
I'm
live.
just looking it up because I want to see that.
Yeah, like, you can live without
Having
meat.
choices in eating has probably been a human impulse since the dawn of time. One can probably just long as shit. I'll take your I'll take your word on it. This is long as shit. No, but I'm not saying you can't live without eating meat, but I'm saying like everybody has a different meaning for what they do. And like as long as you create your own meaning around something, I
Yeah,
don't
look,
think you should
Roman
care about somebody
gladiators had a
else's.
diet that was mostly vegetarian. According to the analysis of bones from the cemetery where the arena fighters were buried, as well as documentation from multiple universities.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is like I believe like as long as you have your own meaning, you shouldn't care about what somebody else's like
Oh yeah,
meaning
for
is.
sure. For sure. But I mean that doesn't take away history. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be the same thing like, oh, Black Friday or fucking Juneteenth. Nigga, I'm not celebrating those coon ass holidays for black people that were given to us by white people. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but why like what's it called? Why do we keep on like talking and thinking about history when we could just like delete our bad history and just grow from new?
Right, maybe so. Like acknowledge it and move on. But we can't move on if again we have shit that's tied back to this, right? Like they got rid of Columbus Day, but what the fuck is that gonna do?
They got rid of Columbus Day?
Yeah,
When?
they got rid of Columbus Day.
It was
Don't nobody
Columbus Day
celebrate.
last year. Hold up.
Yeah, but like who's genuinely like celebrating it though? You feel me?
Well, I think I spelled his name wrong. I did. Countries in Americas elsewhere, federal. Yeah, it's still a holiday. October 12th.
Yeah, but it's not like super acknowledged though. Is what I'm saying. Like,
No, I remember last year them acknowledging it. They just also have another holiday for the Native Americans.
shit's weird, bruh.
No, Columbus didn't even find America, too.
Well, yeah, you can't find somewhere niggas is already at.
No, it's not even that, like, he wasn't the first person to dock in America type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he find, like, the West? I think he found the Bahamas, didn't he? Where did Columbus actually... Yeah, the Bahamas. He didn't land in our, North America.
Nigga wasn't even close, bro.
Oh god, I forgot who actually landed here, but that was the guy that like
he died.
was fucking
I think
up
he died on his
everything.
way back or something.
Yeah, he got diseases, but he like gave the Native Americans diseases.
Yeah,
too.
and a lot of them motherfuckers gave diseases to them, like fucking chlamydia and syphilis. They brought that shit with them.
Well, I mean, like that's not their fault, is it?
Yeah, they fucked animals. You know, chlamydia comes from fucking animals, right?
Oh shit, never mind. I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro.
It says
Chlamydia
Christopher
literally comes
Columbus
from
is
fucking-
credited. No, I don't want to know who's fucking credited. I looked up who actually discovered America. Makes me the day off of October 10th. No, we don't. And they down pack said, fuck y'all, we're just saying Christopher Columbus. I can't find it anywhere, but I know he wasn't the first one to land in North America. Was it Leif Eckerson discovers North America? Yeah. A guy named Leif Eckerson, Erikson, who actually discovered America first. Not Christopher fucking Columbus. Got in the Bahamas. And I'm pretty sure he also found Puerto Rico, didn't he?
I'm not sure, but I remember I used to read. I used to see this fucking commercial for like the Frosted Mini Wheats.
Yeah.
They had a commercial and it was this kid doing fucking homework and he was like, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue in
1882.
Huh?
And yeah, I remember that commercial.
It was 82? That was 92. Oh.
I remember the commercial. Yeah, he found Puerto Rico and he was fucking them up. He was raping them. He was murdering
Of course he was.
them.
Bro, I seen a statue of that nigga in Philly, bro. I literally pissed on it and spit on it. Cause
I'm pretty sure they took that down. The statue in Philly. They took down a lot of the statues in Philly after that riot.